Welcome back to the Accidental Asshole. So, one of the things that I wanted to bring up today, it's really about me, and it's that I really tried my whole life to prove that I was nice or I was acceptable. And I remember as a kid being like this people pleaser, right? Who would just do things to get everybody to love me, to like me. It was kind of bullshit, right? Because sooner or later, it was like a house of cards that would just come crumbling down. And it's unfortunate, but at the time I didn't learn, and it's both personally and professionally. And like on a personal level, I felt like, okay, my value is that I could help my friends. Like I remember in junior high school, if they had problems with like guys or whatever, I was always giving advice. And I used to get really tied up in it and like be codependent with them and wanting them to do what I think they should do, right? I don't do that anymore, and I don't have those kind of friendships in my life anymore. But those served a purpose because I was trying to find some kind of value, okay? And I didn't feel like I had value. And this came from my attachment style, from being an anxious avoidant. And I'm not going to go into the whole like parental aspect of it today. But anyways, so I felt like as long as I was giving, some form of value, and this also extended to work, I was super anal, type triple A driven, and I had to feel superior in some kind of way. I really did for a long time, especially when I was in corporate, because I always felt like I didn't belong there. I always felt like I didn't belong anywhere. I felt like I would never fit in, even though I could look like I fit in, even though other people may have thought I fit in, I never felt like I fit in. So, and being, I would want to say mostly introverted and some extroversion, but it depends on the situation. It just totally does, okay? But anyways, as long as I was doing these things, great. But like I said, everything would eventually totally freaking fall apart. And then I would be like, oh my God, what happened? I tried to avoid it. I don't have any friends anymore. Or this relationship, this guy is like saying things to me like I'm an asshole, and I'm not. I would really attract at a certain point in my life people that were waiting to be a victim to me, in a sense, because I was waiting to be a perpetrator to somebody, in a sense. You're not consciously aware you're doing this stuff, but that's what we did, right? Where, I could get close to somebody for a second, but then I would shut down and I'd want to run away. And then I'd get enough distance and then I'd want them back. And it was just ridiculous. And of course, I became the perpetrator. They became the victim. And I never looked at it like I was setting it up that way, but that's what I mean. Accidental asshole, not on purpose asshole. I wanted to be known and seen as I was, okay? I wanted people to understand me. And I didn't let people understand me or know me because I didn't know me. I was so busy shielding any characteristics that I thought would, people would be turned off by, right? I learned to be very quiet in my life. And that never really helped me. Or if I was people pleasing, if I do this, I'll be like Superwoman. But nobody ever looked at me and was like, oh my God, you're so indispensable, let me keep you around. In fact, I lost a lot of friendships when I started to grow and I started to change. And I became the accidental asshole because I was no longer serving the purpose that I had for so long. So I'm here to say that this is all our responsibility. It's my responsibility. It's your responsibility to change. Your circumstances aren't going to change till you change. And it really goes back to how you feel, right? I have my whole thing about awareness, feeling your feelings, and emotionally risky action. Those three things matter, okay? And so, you want to have the kind of relationships you want to have. Like, I used to think, it'd be so great for somebody to see me and know me. But oh boy, it's really hard to be vulnerable and let somebody see you, and you might appear weak, right? You might appear too open. Oh my God, what if they take advantage? Like I could remember that feeling of like having no armor here, like I had this like kind of fictional armor that I would wear, and all of a sudden it was missing. And it's like, oh my God, who the hell am I going to be? But the kind of work you do, the kind of places that you live or you visit, or, what you live in or how you live, it's all of these things. It's all tied up in this BS of being an accidental asshole. Overachievers, don't want to be accidental assholes. But guess what? A lot of times, sooner or later, something happens and you're like, oh my God, I did everything I could and I'm still that person, right? So here is the other thing on the spiritual level. The universe is not rescuing you. No. The universe, if anything, is pushing you to get to know yourself and to get you to stand for yourself. Not stand up and go, I'm going to kick your ass, but stand up for yourself, especially in situations where you don't. And the thing is that I know how this is because there's still a part of me sometimes that I'll be in a situation and I'll be like, okay, I'm being honest and I'm being compassionate and loving. And then somebody could still look at me like, you're an asshole, Tracy. What? I'm an asshole? But that's the kind of crap that we do. And we don't try to, we just do it. And it sucks. So here is the thing. I just put this channel together and I just put videos together based on what I feel like I can share that can be helpful or useful to other people who are in this population of being anxious avoidance or accidental assholes. Take care.